I stopped breastfeeding my child when he was 17 months, or 1 year and 5 months. And in this video I will talk about how it went and what my experience with breastfeeding is. When my baby was born, I was determined that I was going to breastfeed my child. And it started really good. He took the breast right away. But after maybe 1 or 2 days, I started to get a bit nervous. I wondered if he was getting enough milk. But you don't have to be too nervous about it, because the first couple of days is only the starter milk, and then the real milk starts to come. But after maybe 3 days, my breast started to get really big and full of milk. But at this point, my nipples started to get really sore, and I was starting to doubt if I was going to be able to breastfeed him much longer. But luckily, a family member told me to use these nipple shields, and after a month or something maybe with them, I could breastfeed normally. But you have to be a bit careful about these nipple shields, because the baby can get too used to them, so they might not want to breastfeed without them. When our baby started with solid foods, I continued to breastfeed the other parts of the day. And here in Sweden, we start giving the baby solid foods around 6 months. And I know that some people may think that it's too early to start at 6 months, but here in Sweden it's very normal. I was on maternity leave with my baby until he was 9.5 months old, and then my husband took over. And that was because I wanted to start working as soon as possible. And for you who doesn't know, I gave birth to my baby 3 months before I was going to graduate from business school. And because of that, I wanted to start working as soon as possible. When my husband was home with the baby, he and David woke up early with me so I could breastfeed David before I went to work. And I also breastfed him after work when I got home. And it worked really well, I think. David was a bit sad when I was leaving for work, but when he no longer could see me, he was happy again. So I think it went pretty well anyways. And because I was still breastfeeding David, I think he got the closeness that he needed from me. And he got a great connection to his dad, and my husband got also a great connection to his son, which I think would have happened a bit later otherwise. When my baby David turned 1 year, I thought many times if it was time for me to stop breastfeeding him. But then I thought I would wait until summer, and summer at that point was 3 months away. And that was because I thought it was really cozy breastfeeding him, and he was still breastfeeding during the mornings and afternoons. And when summer had arrived, me and my husband decided that we would wait until summer ended. And that was because it probably would be very hot outside and David would need much fluid and so on. And we thought it might be difficult giving him as much fluid as he would need. And I've also read that the breast milk changes after the baby's needs. So if your baby needs more fluids, then the breast milk will provide a more fluid kind of breast milk. And when summer was over, David decided for himself that he didn't want to breastfeed no more. And after a month or something of not breastfeeding, I thought that I would try giving him the breast anyways to see if he really was done. But he only took a look at the breast and started to point and laugh, and in that moment I knew for sure he didn't want to breastfeed anymore. The whole process was very natural for us. So I really recommend every mother to breastfeed their child, both for their own health but of course for the baby's health. But if you for some reason don't want to or can breastfeed your child, there are so many great options out there. I hope you found this video interesting, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye!